I say GG's, Dundadas, hyenas, Scuba divers who learn from Scuba Steve. What's criminating, y'all? I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his millimeter march right here on YouTube. We conducting ourselves the most highest Dundada. Life's what you make it. You can't love it. You can't hate it. It's going to be simply what you make it. Dundada. We're in the elevator. Whose elevator? God's elevator. On our way to the top. We're doing our millimeter march. Dundada. We're building our 2026 pyramids. Dundada. We staying coherent in the shadows. Remember Dundada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You God's best kept secret, GG. You heard that's a straight Finny Indy, no act. So Lil Durk got double crossed. Lil Durk got betrayed, Dundada. Lil Durk is double crossed, betrayed, Dundada. And they trying to say that it's Durk's fault, Dundada. They saying it's Durk's fault. They said Durk, Dundada. Like, why the fuck did you go and look for some mediocre ass dude? You could have put THF Bezu on it, Dundada. You could have put Bezu on it. Bezu was on it, Dundada. Look at what happened to Bezu, Dundada. It would have been a clear-cut case, Dundada. You know what I'm saying? But no, Bezu wasn't on it, Dundada. You go get Didi, Dundada. Why you trust Didi so much, Dundada? The OG from Chicago, Odo from Chicago, Dundada, that made him eat certain shit, do certain shit. Homie jumped out the window. He got away, Dundada. He was about to go, Dundada. Even King Von said, yo, he don't care about him, Dundada, go. So there's somebody, either OTF Bonnie, OTF Didi, or one of the shooters or somebody, Dundada, they giving evidence, Dundada. They like, yo, how the fuck do you know about a $1 million bounty, Dundada? Everybody said $1 million bounty. Is it really real? Can this $1 million bounty be actually? Can this $1 million bounty actually be like something that's actually real, or are they, or you think that they pulling the little Woody, Dundada, and they just trying to get someone up there, Dundada, so they can start, you know what I'm saying different shit or whatever the case may be, Dundada. You heard, Dundada? So Lil Durk, a lot of people, I just don't get how a lot of people is thinking that Lil Durk's going to get out of the predicament that he's in, Dundada. Like, a lot of people saying, yo, Lil Durk's still going to be free, Dundada. Like, real shit, Dundada. They keep mentioning the Govan Hernandez, Lil Durk child, that he was there for the same thing. Nigga, he was on some state shit, Dundada. He was in Memphis, Dundada. You probably could pay some of them people off, Dundada. You probably paying some people off, Dundada. That's just what it is, Dundada. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, Dundada. But Lil Durk's over there, Dundada. Lil Durk like, you heard? Lil Durk's like, you want me to lose? But I'm perfect and I deserved it. Don't take it personal. Name in the middle of the stage like Durky, yo. I got a story, got a story, but nobody know. Believe me, I'm real. Believe me, I'm true for real. You should know. Nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know. Everybody know now. Dundada. Durk, Dundada. You heard? I fell down to my knees when the law came. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody. No, I'm not perfect, but I deserve it. Oh, you scream my name in the middle of the stage like Harry. Oh, I got a movie, everybody know about that movie, Dundada. They did you wrong, Dundada. How the hell are you paying off, Dundada? Your hitters, Dundada. $1 million. That's how you know them hitters was the hitters, Dundada. Real shit. Real hitters, Dundada. $1 million bounty, Dundada. They silent, Dundada. They didn't even give a fuck. They're like, yo, we did it for the bread anyway, Dundada. We got it, Dundada. It is what it is, Dundada. You know what I'm saying? You gave us more than a tip, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gave, like, you know what I'm saying? You know how they say that he going to you gonna tip every shooter that went, Dundada. Like, you gonna tip him? Like, he gave him some big tips, Dundada. He was like, pause, don't did it. He gave him like, yo, Dundada, hey, I'm gonna give you $50. I'm gonna pay 50 for him. I'll give you 50 more, Dundada, just for going, Dundada. Like, what the? And they did my man dirty, Dundada. They did Durkio dirty, Dundada. So they saying that there's a witness, Dundada, saying that he allegedly got the $1 million bounty done with him, Dundada. He has the $1 million bounty, Dundada. It's going to hit different, bro. There's new evidence, bro. Like, damn, this shit's dark, Dundada. But I can't lie though, a lot of people got faith in Durk, Dundada. If Durk get out of this, Dundada, I don't even know what to say no more, Dundada. If Durk get out of this situation, Durk to go, Dundada, get out of the situation. Because this situation, wild, crazy, You got King Von out of his situation. Well, I heard King Von out of public defender, but niggas saying that you helped him. So if you helped him, GG. You heard? Shit get crazy to that. But who y'all think is actually telling? OTF Didi, OTF Avani, like who you think it is, you heard? Like somebody's telling there's a witness in here that's actually, you know what I'm saying, like doing too much, GG. Just doing too much, but
more agreements have been signed.
More plea deals is getting signed. Niggas is not playing. Them niggas is signing off. They like they signing off the signature. They're like, yo, it was Durk's fault. Durk don't got nothing to do with it. They're like, yo, it's Durk's fault. Vaughn's their cousin. He's like, nah, fuck it was still Durk's fault.
$1 million bounty. The streets is already saying people are separating themselves from Durk because they almost know the outcome. He feel like a forgotten man. Let's get to the details of what the feds got. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Oh, y'all got it up. Got the Lil Durk?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I like there's so much more information comes out, and niggas still feel like, yo, Durk got a good chance. All this information, all this new evidence, all the people telling all this situations going on, and you feel like Durk got a chance. Durk got double crossed by everybody. He got double crossed by the rappers in Atlanta. He got double crossed by his own team. He just got a bad vibe. And those wasn't even his team. He sent someone, I guess, he didn't allegedly. Someone went to go hire them people. It wasn't Durk, you know what I'm saying? But he went and hired some soft-ass people, He went to go get some store runners, bro. Like, how the hell you got store runners running up the situation, Like, how the hell you have some store runners pulling up, Like, Loaf Life, Manny on deck, what you on, We on the Lil Durk situation, We on the Lil Durk situation, People betraying him, when they were supposed to honor him, Durk was one of them bosses, that actually paid, what should I say, paid handsomely. You know what I'm saying? Handsomely. He paid them, but he paid what they needed to get, He paid them, he paid them directly, and they say when you pay the wolves, then they good, they gonna be loyal. Even when you pay the wolves, they still gonna backstab you in the back, because they selfish, they ain't have that type of money, they wanna come home and be able to spend it, and Durk's like, yo, what the fuck is going on here, then you pay for this, then you get paid to do this, now y'all niggas acting like it was my fault. You fucking Vonnie, you are King Von's cousin too. You could have did that shit for free, Durk, Don't ever get no store runners, to do some hitman jobs, Don't ever, like, I don't get it, Them niggas do not, like, you would think that these people would be professionals. For $1 million, you could hire you could have hired someone from Iraq, or you could have hired some real from ISIS, or some from what's that shit called, nigga? Like, you could have hired some real deal, You could have hired the fucking military, the Mexican cartel, You could have hired you could have actually went through with it. You could have actually got some real deal drillers, That's a fact, GG. You heard?
Is that the one showing all the paperwork?
I think
so they say now a lot of the co-conspirators that they are actually signing some type of paperwork that they over here they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, that they signing some type of paperwork that they doing some type of what should we say, There's gonna be some type of situation going on, so they only thinking about themselves, They blaming Durk. They saying, yeah, it was Durk for you want Durk, we gonna blame Durk, But can we say, like, who actually was the one that was committing the crimes, Are we just plainly paying, like, we plainly gonna be throwing people under the bus, So you gonna throw the money source under the bus, But a lot of people say, yo, he gonna beat this shit, Go Hernandez beat it, Durkio's gonna beat it. I mean, if Durkio beat this, yo, Alhamdulillah, real shit, If you gonna beat it, That's what the niggas saying you gonna beat it. I mean, if you beat this, like you a different type of breed, He actually got what he got, real shit, If he beats these charges, whatever, you know what I'm saying, salute to you forever, You the fucking GOAT, because people is actually, you gotta understand that people is pointing fingers, People is doing the most, They said, free Dizzy, free Durkio, That's what they say. You want some free Durkio time? I feel it, I feel it,
Let me look at my.
I just don't get how people say. I just don't get how people say, "Yo, OTF." I just don't get how people saying like, that certain people free Dizzy. Who's Dizzy? That's supposed to be Durk. It's supposed to be Durk, yo, Dandada. But I just don't get how people saying that. Oh yeah, he got King Von killed. How he got King Von killed, Dandada? If he actually about to do some time for sliding for King Von, that don't make no sense whatsoever. You gonna sit there and body someone, then do time, Dandada, for bodying someone? That don't make no sense whatsoever. Gigi, you hurt?
To me, but that's just showing.
Well, Prince at? Prince one need to go over that.
Yeah, what up? Yeah, that dirt paperwork crazy. I'm gonna pull it right now.
I got one. The D is that the one showing the paperwork?
Yeah, that's just a one page of the bounty.
Yeah. Only one. Well, this one I keep showing more pages. Hold on. I got one showing like 4-5 pages.
Yeah, send it to me.
Say what? What's your opinion? Like realistically speaking, you think he got anything to get out?
No, when I saw his when his Cody's, when the DA said the co-defendants agreed to push the date back, I knew he was in trouble right there. I mean, they cooperate.
Now naming co-conspirator number 5, they're just saying that they have a person that's going to testify about that bounty. And
the minute the DA said the Cody's are in agreement to pushing the date back, it's over with, nigga.
Yeah. But that's what's on to gather evidence.
That what that tell you right there. The Cody's agreed, Lil Durk, like, what you mean?
Oh, wait.
The shooters don't even know Durk. That's the crazy part. So whoever's telling the dollar, it's gotta be someone that was actually around Durk, the dollar, who actually knows. I think it's Vonnie, the dollar, because Vonnie's the one that fucking brought a bunch of things, the dollar. He knows a lot of things about the what's that shit called, about the credit cards and shit like that. I think Vonnie's the one that's pointing out like, a couple things. That's what I'm hypothetically, allegedly, because this is all alleged that we actually don't know that. We don't know if Durk put the witness there to pull the little Woody to get him out. We don't know if this is going on. We don't actually know what's actually going on. But we absolutely know that these dudes that got paid handsomely, OTF members, they actually about to start flipping and signing paper and trying to get Durk. I don't know why would they do it, because they the ones that actually, you know what I'm saying, they do that, then they automatically gonna have to do 20. But that's something like, oh yeah, you gonna do life or you gonna do 20, and them niggas like, yo, what the fuck, life is 20. Like, what you doing? You might as well take it to the door. But like, nah, Durk is gonna throw us underneath the bus already, so we might as well throw him underneath the bus. Like, nigga, who the fuck picked these dudes out, And that's how you know that OTF DD, they're wrong, trying to pick out some fucking regular dudes, from the hood, you heard? Like, to kind of go handle that situation. That's different.
Able to not, because his Durk's defense had pushed back and said, hey, y'all saying y'all got this witness, this so-called extra witness, you're not naming or whatever the case may be, and you're saying that he's going to give a statement on all these accounts that led up to the actual shooting, them shooting at Quando, right, and setting up the stuff in LA. And they don't have, and so then the prosecutor said, well, we don't have to give y'all nothing. Like, we feel like everything we lined up.
They don't got to give them nothing until like 2 weeks out.
To prepare. Oh, okay.
They don't got to give them, they going to follow. Yeah, they would like it early. They gonna give it to them when they got to give it to them. Yeah, so they ain't got to give them.
I feel like Durk, he's on the wrong side of the field, but people say Donald Trump could actually pardon Durk, Would you think with Donald Trump pardoning Durk, after the fact that he gets, if he ever gets charged or something like that, you think Donald Trump will pardon him? Donald Trump probably could be able to pardon. Donald Trump's gonna be able to pardon him, but you think that Donald Trump will pardon him, They talk about NBA Youngboy, but at the end of the day, Donald Trump pardoned Kodak Black, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's Donald Trump, He ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? He ain't in that, Donald Trump want to pardon the other dude, then that's on him.
A whole lot of shit went on today.
Yeah, but link up top, yo.
Big, you got some good going on in his case.
What's that?
I'm gonna let it come out the way it come out. I stumbled into something. It was crazy. So he ain't out of gas yet. You done out here? He ain't out of gas yet.
Nearly home.
What?
Just need more space. I feel like I'm suffocating.
Yo, you know what's kind of crazy, Dada? It's like they push Brick Baby's court shit back, right? And they push Durk's court shit back, Dada. Like near Brick Baby's. Do you think Brick Baby's gonna have to come up and talk and shit like that, Dada? Do y'all feel that Brick Baby's gonna have to come up, Dada, and talk on a situation when he was saying that, oh yeah, we don't hear them texts no more, or about the Pap situation? He actually said the Pap situation. Little Baby said, yo, Dada, and he was coming at Quando like, yo, dog, you ain't crib, Dada, we'll catch you, this, Dada, do all this shit to you. Like, what's up with all that shit, Dada? Do you think Brick Baby's gonna have to hit the stem, Dada, for all the mockery he was saying, Dada, when he was antagonizing Quando Rondo, Dada, for Little Pap passing away, Dada, and he's over here cheerleading for Little Durk, say, oh yeah, I don't hear them things no more. They don't say that, Little Pap, da. That's crazy.
Somebody in this corner because somebody didn't drop the bag. That's a fact. He got somebody in this corner. Somebody didn't drop a serious bag. He got a great defense. He ain't going in there pro-per. So who gave this statement?
There's a few people. Hey, did they list the co-conspirator 5 name yet, Prince?
No, not yet.
Who they say gave the statement? One of the co-conspirators?
Bro, there's co-conspirator 1, co-conspirator 2, co-conspirator 3, co-conspirator 4, and co-conspirator 5. Who the fuck y'all? There's 5 people on the case. It's all 5 OTF members telling. First of all, Durk don't know the 2 shooters. Brown Eyes and the other dude and Boogie, he really don't know them. Those are Diddy's boys. Vonnie and Diddy, they know Durk. Vonnie and Diddy has something to do with Durk fucking coming through. And Vonnie and Diddy got. Yo, it's crazy when you go down, right? And the ops stadium will bring you down. You would think that it'll be Quando Rondo over there, understand doing some shit. No, Quando Rondo's playing this shit fair. He's like, yo, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We gonna see each other, whatever. Like, Quando Rondo's standing on business, nigga. Real shit, you got OTF members telling on your ass, nigga. Like, what the fuck, you got though? Like, that's different, bro. Your own team, like, doing you dirty. And I feel like this happens, because I feel like Little Durk, once Kevon came around, he wanted to imitate or be a little bit like, maybe he fucking loved Kevon. We can't say that. Maybe he loved Kevon so much, that he don't even give a fuck, he was already thinking, but damn, you missed, Kevon would have never missed, and Kevon had a bunch of real people on the side of him. Kevon breeded some real people on the side of him, you know what I'm saying? Unlike what was going on, you over there you was a little nervous, so you made Diddy go get some people like, what the fuck? Why you got Diddy to do that? You should have just told people put their names in the hat, and people like, you should have did it some other way, bro. Real shit.
Co-conspirator says defendant Wilson solicited the hitman by promising to pay him a bounty. It says co-conspirator 5.
Yeah, which one gave the statement? 5?
They don't say which one. They just keeping 5 names, so probably 5.
Well, I know this. Whoever the 2 is,
Tell the shooter
that agree with the AUSA to move that court date, they didn't already went bad.
I see the name Didi on there. Who is that?
Wilson. I was just about to say common sense is how they know it's a bounty unless the person, you know.
Do y'all actually think OTF Didi is actually threw him under the bus, threw Durk on the bus, Do y'all really think, or you think it's or do you think it's the Jam dude? The Jam dude's still out. I heard he's in West Sac somewhere. I heard Jam's over there in West Sac, you know what I'm saying? I heard when you mention Jam, he comes out, and he's gonna he's gonna mention you, IG. I heard your boy, I heard your boy Jam, he ain't playing, he's sending out kites, to West Sac.
And put it out there, confirmed it, you know what I'm saying? And they saying that's Wilson. And the paperwork.
And co-conspirator 5, who they're not naming. They said there's a list of co-conspirators that was disclosed. So
when does this trial start?
April.
Damn, that's when they moved Brick Baby's sentencing to. They moved his sentencing to April. I think Brick Baby gonna end up in the Big U trial too. Remember, he was supposed to get sentenced in December.
Fact, they moved his shit to April. I think Brick Baby's gonna end up in a Durk trial and the Big U trial. You know what I'm saying? What you think? What you think? Brick Baby saying all that shit on camera. You think they're gonna try to subpoena him or some shit?
They moved it to April. Right. Why would they move your sentence into April? Well, you know why. Before we give you this low term, you're gonna have to do what you're supposed to do. We gonna see. I hope that's not what it is, but we shall see.
The thing, BNS, you gotta think. According to the feds, what they picking up, we in California, they picking up the guns with the switches. You don't think that nobody interested in who that person is?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they gonna get going down too.
See what I'm saying? And they ain't even name them yet. What? They ain't said a word about it.
Well, if they do that, it'll blow the cover of who the informant is.
100%.
Yeah, they ain't got to. Yeah, that'll let it be know who the cooperant is. They go pick the nigga up who gave him the guns.
Durk team said, yo, these people ain't Durk's team that I guess they think that this is kind of like a game or something or whatever the case may be. They're like, they not even playing fair. They don't want to give up no evidence. They don't want to give us what we need to know. That's what Durk's team saying but the feds like, yo, they don't have to give it up. They're gonna give it up later. They're not giving up their witnesses' names and all that shit. This is serious. They're hiding witnesses. They say they're gonna give it to them when they at the end of the line.
Then the cooperant is exposed because he know who he had the guns to.
Yeah, you gonna put pressure on our boy. That's gonna testify to the group chat. It's PW1. Wow. So they already got a whole prosecution witness already ready to go. They know that person testifying. That person is listed as PW1. If you do any type of legal shit, you know what that means.
So is that person in OTF? Is he one of Durk's?
Yep. It says right now the group text is between defendant banks and OTF members. So that's a good assumption.
And so he voluntarily wanted to become an informant to snitch on Durk?
Yeah,
they pressing his ass within the years. They putting years in the face. Scan him 9 times out of 10 to where he like, I'm not gonna do that. What y'all need me to do? He on that.
All right, y'all. As if y'all needed further evidence that the streets is over, that it's F the streets, that some of the biggest names are turning their back on the streets. And
you know why? I guess a lot of people thought that the streets owed them something. You know what I'm saying? I guess people got a little bit delusional, saying that they're the voice of the streets, like they control the streets. Like, what you think these people be thinking they the referees of the streets, bro. The streets ain't got no rules. The streets ain't got no referee. The streets ain't got no fucking sympathy. It's like the jungle. You heard the rabbit leaves the nest. Then the snake comes and get the cubs. That's just how it is. I know that just sounds very bad. But that's just life, and that's what happens. In the streets, your own people's going backdoor you. In the streets, some people's own mamas robbing them. Some people's own kids robbing their mamas. Some people's going beef with their family. Some people's doing this. In the streets is just the streets. The streets ain't nothing but pain. Ain't nothing but hard times in the streets. That's just factual, GG. Ain't nothing in the streets, GG, but hard times. But some people is born in the streets, so they come out of that environment. They gotta get manipulated to survive. It's survival mode. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? To live is a fine meaning of surviving. You heard? So you gotta survive to live. And a lot of people, but a lot of people, they self-caring. I feel bad for Durk, because it's like Durk thought that these people was gonna owe him some loyalty of him paying them off and shit like that, and this, that, him being righteous. Like, if I'm correct, they gonna be correct. Where the fuck you read that out of, Where you wrote that? You read that out of a book, What that shit come from? The Bible, This is the streets, You actually thought that you gonna pay someone off, they gonna stay loyal to you for the money, you wilding out, da. Like, come on, Durk. You could have thought better than that, da. You should have never been involved in this shit at all, bro. That's a motherfucking fact, da. That's a finny any no act. How the fuck some internet trolls get you to move, bro? You know what I'm saying? Shit hit different.
Yo, let's try to see if they could be cool. Like, hold on, these niggas been beefing since 2020. This is how the industry's. They've been beefing since 2020. A nigga died in 2020. That's King Von. There was nobody when Youngboy was being blackballed saying, nah, I think I should piece it up.
You lost King Von, da. They winning, da. They team is already winning, GG, da. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you lost King Von, da. Pab loses his life, da, and you lose your career, da, and your life and everything that you had going for yourself, da, over this, da. Like, who actually won? People made you crash out, nigga. They tricked you right out your position, da. Can we say for sure, da, that Durk, da, we thought more of you, da. I'm gonna say this, da. We thought more of you. We thought you was actually not wouldn't go out like this, da. We thought you was a boss, da. We thought you was actually standing on biz, like really been like really smart, like smart. But I guess, da, you are who you are and what you are, da. You was always gonna be, da. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's why Chief Keef left you right there, da, because you was supposed to be a soldier to Chief Keef, da, and he didn't even want you to be the soldier, da, and you wanted to be a boss, but you showed everybody that you just a soldier. You showed everybody that you just gotta be you was just as smart as that the people that they was going to go pick up. Because why would you let dumb mediocre people, da, just do missions for you and do hits for you or go find people and go like that's just like who you thought these people was, da? You thought you had King Von, like, oh, you had King Von and all these people. No, these people all looked up to King Von, da. They imitated King Von. They see King Von, so they want to be, da. But inside it, internal, are they really King Von, da? I don't know about that one, da. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what Youngboy thinks about this. Hell no. Durk go to jail. He's useless to everybody who's out.
The Acrobat Studio is all new. What do PDF spaces with AI do?
Yo, salute to the chat, da. Like, comment, subscribe, da. Let us know what you feel about the Lil Durk situation, da, about hiring store runners, what you feel about him, da, getting tricked out his position, da. And let us know what you think about him, da, going down for the Pab situation, for the Little Pop situation. Was it worth it, da? Was it actually worth it, da? Was that slide actually worth his life, da? Like, what's this even worth it? We need to make executive decisions behind the back doors before it start happening, da. I'm saying, think about your life. Like, yo, is this really actually worth it, da? Is it worth going out your way, da, to go all the way down to stoop to people's level, da, to go to unalive someone who would never unalive you? Is it that worth it? Is it worth it to stand on people's heels, da, chasing people, da, that could never chase you, da? Would that be worth it, da? You all good, you all gravy, da, but you know what I'm saying? Is it worth it, bro? Shit hit different.
Let's see if we could broker a truce. Yo, this shit's crazy. Anyway, I mean, we could get into it now. Should we? I guess we should. So Lil Durk is going through it, y'all. Now, he's been reportedly now been in solitary confinement since August 29, and he was there without a formal disciplinary hearing. Now, it was alleged that he had like a Apple Watch in jail and this and third, and I think people think that that's probably why he was, kind of isolated. And so, according to court filings, he's been on a 23-hour lockdown a day. No commissary, and one phone call per month. No in-person visitation. They're actually having a hearing tomorrow to talk about this. Okay.
Damn, my boy 23-1. That my boy was doing 23-1, da. He did fucking, what's that called, da? He gets one phone call per month, da. Damn, GG, I know that shit hit different, bro. That shit hit different, bro. One phone call per month, Dada.
I feel bad for Smirk. Because I think, he a Chicago dude. And I'm not accusing other people of not being real in the music business. Because I think there's a lot of real niggas in there. But they know at what point to stop playing the real nigga card. I think Durk thought that the real nigga, like, card was going to last longer than it did. Because as soon as he got locked up, I could tell all of his friends was like, this nigga stupid. He actually really put a hit on a nigga and killed him. What the fuck? Nigga, we just be rapping. He doing it. What the fuck? They're looking at him like, is this nigga dumb? I think let me tell you, Durk, I'm going to give you the grim reality, man. I don't care who he did a collab with. Listen, you got to look at what we've seen in the last 90 days when it comes to rappers, street rappers, everything. Brother, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the niggas you went on tour with, did songs with niggas.
If you in the streets, bro, run, Dada. This shit's getting brutal out here, Dada. If you in the streets, just run, bro. These people, you gotta understand, there's no unity now. Nowadays, there's no unity. Everybody's for themselves, Dada. This happened to get to, like, everybody's a renegade nowadays, Dada. Everybody's just trying to think about themselves, Dada. No one actually got no sympathy for others, bro. These people don't give a fuck about their own situation that they got going on, bro. These people be having, like, 10 kids, Dada. Never seen them before, Dada. These people be having fucking situations going. So what makes you think they care about you, Dada? You know what I'm saying? These people will backdoor their own blood brother, the same mama. Like, come on, bro. And you think they not going backdoor you? These people will fight their own siblings, and do you think they're not gonna get at you, This shit's crazy, bro. You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it. Dirk, you knew better than this, Is the streets over the streets? Yo, the streets, the streets has been like that, though. The streets been like that, But Dirk, just got put in a bad predicament.
It's called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rap niggas try to fuck India, my nigga. These niggas are down low and dirty. And I think this is what I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real niggas. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. It's interesting because I've seen fans, today he galvanizes fans. I'm going to show you what he posted. But a lot of people said, oh, man, we haven't seen it. Chat, to put the shirt on tonight, I had to take it out to wash. You know what that means. I've been wearing it at least every week or 2 weeks or so. His team sent me this. I've been wearing it all the time. I wore this in the airport. Not really to cast any aspersion on a particular case, but, I like Durk's music. And I hope he makes it out of the situation. What I've noticed is that when King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him. Free him. Free him. Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is humane? How could they do this? Yo, free. Not smart. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that nigga half a bar. Free Smirk. And they move the fuck on. That's fact. It is what it is. Now, I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that, but
that's why you can't be in friendly competition, with your peoples, It can't be no friendly competition. Cause look at when you go, people's thinking order. They're like, oh shit, they probably like. They got it better now that you're gone. So they're not even thinking of them. Not that they want you to stay in it, but they're not even praying for you to get out no more, because they just so busy, with all the glamorous and all the fame that they got, from being near you, and they out, you never, know what I'm saying? So it hits like that. It hits a little different, GG.
Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up. And the niggas you called your brothers, they will move on and find another brother. By the way, I hate to say it. Y'all won't get mad at this. Listen, I realize my role in the industry. Y'all gonna get mad at everything I say, but quietly I say to yourself, nigga, but you're low-key He kind of spitting. He right. Yo, the industry done traded Durk for Herbo. Herbo's the new Durk. All of the niggas jumping on all of the fake niggas that was like, yo, besties, they with Herbo now. Facts. Straight up. Let's keep it a bean. Just to show you that they never really give a fuck. Let's keep it a bean. I never seen Herbo this cool with niggas. Never. But they're gonna take this and be like, yo, shut your fat ass up, you drunk talking shit. They don't like the truth. Durk got locked up. They ain't miss a beat. They said, oh, that's a Chicago real nigga that's spitting, that's making hot music that we could all get our cosigns from. He's kind of like one of the hottest in the streets right now. Yo, delete Durk number. Herbo, come on in, brother. Come on in. It's been a long time. Come on in. Come on in, gang. Come on in. Come on in. Chat, when they clip this up tomorrow, and make sure y'all clip this part. When they clip this up tomorrow, they gonna act like, yo, here go this bitch ass nigga act instigating. They don't want to talk about it. They gonna blame it on me. Watch. Just watch and learn. But Herbo, I hope you're realizing.
Yo, Gigi, can we say this, Dada? Can we say this? Can we say Durk, Dada, right now? He's gonna have to blame himself for this shit, Dada. He's gonna have to play for these team you ass fucking hitman that this dude hired, Dada. Like, what are you doing, Durk, Dada? These chia pests, Dada, always need water to grow, Dada. Like, come on, bro, Dada. You have to stand on business, Durk, Dada. You have to remove. Yo, Chief Keef did the smartest shit, Dada. He removed himself, Dada, from all people who could take him down. I don't even know how fucking Chief Keef gotta be. Yo, this kid, he did that shit when he was young, bro. He seen it, Dada. Cause some people, Dada, get done dirty, Dada. They still gonna fuck with the same dude, Dada. That's crazy, Dada. Durk got an egg at yo, Durk. Yo, it's. I know Durk's in there, Durk's in there, bobbled head out, just praying, Yo, on surreal, do we say free Durk, Is the world on the free Durk? Yo, how do y'all actually feel about Durk, and getting himself caught up in this situation, How do you think Durk is feeling, Look at Durk, ain't even the same person no more, Got his dress cut off, He look different, bro, but hopefully keeping his spirits up. I love Keith music, but Keith did some smart shit, He separated himself, so he can't cut up in all these shenanigans.
You was never this cool 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. All the cool niggas realize Durk is out the pain. You're the replacement. You know when somebody go down for an injury? Oh, they out for 3 months. They got a groin injury, an ACL. Well, ACL, I think, is a year. You're tapped into the game now.
And you know Durk was in tune with his people, because as soon as Durk gets locked up, guess what happens to his people? It's like his people. It's like Durk had a bunch of ignorant, not like ignorant ass people around him, not even smart, not really too smart, needy niggas, niggas that need niggas, but not even intelligent, all got the literature, to live, because look, as soon as Durk gets locked up, Duty Low gets popped, As soon as Durk gets locked up, a lot of people got locked up, like a Boonka got locked up, a lot of people got locked up, As soon as Durk gets locked up, TF Bezu, I'm saying he loses his life, fortunate, As soon as Durk get locked up, like Durk, was saving a lot of his people's lives, And also, that's what comes, with people. A lot of people was losing it. Like, to a lot of people that Durk signed, maybe it's not Durk's fault, but they, you know what I'm saying? They got knocked off. They was doing this, doing that, It gets crazy,
Okay. And I don't want none of the rappers to be like, man, why act saying that? That's not true. I'll be the bad guy. Just blame it on me. But I'm saying the quiet part out loud. The funny part about it, all the rappers who I seen that was mad buddy, chummy with Durk, they're now buddy, chummy with Herbo. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they just like Chicago niggas. Or maybe they're just saying that nigga's on the injured reserve. This is a replacement, man. There we go. So Durk is in solitary confinement fighting for his mental sanity. The only person checking him is probably his wife, India. I don't know if the other baby mamas could bring kids. Well, they said no visitation. He's probably having a lot of self-reflection now. All the niggas he gave verses to, he popped bottles for, he stood up for, he stood on business, principle. They're out of here. They're out of here. The saddest part, and this is why, honestly, this is what I think 21 Savage meant when he said the streets, like he said, fuck the streets.
Ahoy, and welcome aboard Virgin Voyages. Meet the Culinary Voyager. 4 meals and ice cream before noon.
Durk went and got some Team U. Durk went and got some Team U ass fucking thing. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Loaf Life Manny, salute to Loaf Life Manny. The links is in the chat. Loaf went and got. I mean, Little Durk went and let fucking Didi. It wasn't even him. It's not even his fault. Didi. He should have just let Didi and Vonnie. Like, yo, on some real shit. Like, you should have been like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with it, man. That's your cousin. Y'all feel like y'all gonna do what I'm saying? That's on you, Dada. Like, don't even come back. Don't even come back around if you even gonna act like you want to do something about it and you're not trying to, or you just want some confirmation from me so you could sit there and blame me at a time. What's goody, Dada? What's goody, Loaf Life Manny? What's poppin' with you?
Hold on, bro. Peace, King. Hold on. I'm filling out this title and description, bro. I apologize.
You good. We're gonna keep running our segment.
Because you know what I mean, niggas, because of Durk, when Durk was free and Durk was hot and they wanted to get next to Durk and this and third, they were basically on that, man, fuck YB shit. Man, fuck that nigga YB. We with Durk. Durk locked up, they're like, well, we ain't really had no problem with YB, low key. Nah. Yeah, YB never did nothing to me.
Like, YB's going for that, Them niggas already fucked up, Like, YB's going to sit there, and actually go for that, YB says, yo, you already chose your side, Y'all stay over there, because I feel comfortable over here just with my people, so I don't need no features, and he's good, YB made it to the level that he's at, with all the hate that y'all was giving him. He ain't feeling do taste with you, Little Baby even trying to say, yo, shout out to YB. Like, what you shouting out YB for, Little Baby, for, What you doing, What you on?
Their tune has just changed. It's crazy. Chat, I'm going to keep it a being with you. After I've seen how the industry moves, the street niggas in the industry.
What's goody, Dada? What's criminating? All these death in Chicago is a shame. They could have been billionaires alive. Free is the 100 or more bodies and BDs and GD war. That's a fact, Dada. If FBG, Doug, Dada, Chief Keef, Little Durk, Mimos, if all them Dada was together, come on now, they from the same radius, they from the same side of town, different blocks, Dada. They was together, that shit would have been crazy. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Dada. Do your thing.
First and foremost, peace to the panel. Salute. You already know this is Loaf Life Manny. I deserve a Grammy. I know some of you can't stand me, and I see what we cooking. Hit the like, see what we cooking tonight. I see it's Little Durkio, man. Listen, man. Y'all want to hear my opinion?
We could. You gotta give your honest opinion.
Because I got a lot. I was gonna do something on King Von. And being that Durkio is the topic right here, this is an example of being loyal to default, being loyal to a fault, to default, to a fault, whichever one you want to use, is being loyal. This is the example of that, right? Here go a brother who Because if you listen to his rhymes, if you listen to him, he had knew all of this stuff was gonna happen to him anyway. A lot of stuff that he rap about really happened. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like he would tell you about people snaking him in his team, and he knew it was happening, but he ain't choose to do anything about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you know things that's happening and knowing things that's going on, and you choose not to take more caution? I mean,
That's a
I
fact.
understand his age. I understand his age. I understand that he was still a young kid, with a lot of money, you know, some type of influences that was negative, some that were positive. He had a mix. He had a lot going on, and as you could tell, and him and King Von was as lover boys. I'm not here to discredit their street credibility, but I done seen videos with King Von Shorty basically straight bitching them. You know what I mean? Making them do things on camera that, you feel me? And it was in the name of love that he was doing it. But if you look with her, it was like, yeah, I got this dude wrapped around my fingers.
Nah, but he likes shorties. Everybody's different. I feel like he likes shorties to feel that way. Cause that's who King Von is. He's you know what I'm saying? He needs somebody to think, but it's not even about King Von. Little Durk, the
No,
daughter.
no, what I'm saying is both of them. I
Yeah,
said both of them were lover boys.
yeah, yeah. But
Videos of him too, the same way. You know what I
but
mean? Like at the end,
you said Little Durk is young, the daughter, but Chief Keef was young too.
yeah,
And Chief Keef, the daughter, he separated himself. Yo, way in before Dirk separated himself. That shit saved his life. Because look at, he's from Old Block. Imagine the Chief Keef was still over there. Hanging with them niggas. He would have had so much fucking.
I didn't say Chief Keef.
No, I know. You say Little Durk. That Little Durk is
But
young, but I'm saying that
Chief Keef is a buster, bro. I'm
I
not
feel like
jacking Chief Keef.
I feel like he's smart. I feel like he's smart. He had to
Nah,
do.
man. He's a buster. He switched gangs. He switched crews. He switched sides. He's a buster. He ain't that
I
ain't
feel like
smart.
he went to LA, he seen what was going on, he was gonna get the blame for everything, he separated himself from that situation, GG. You know what I'm saying? But you could say you could feel what you want, because some people gotta grow, you know what I'm saying? But Little Durk, as for Little Durk, I feel like
It's not about growing. It's about what you signed up for.
Yeah,
it's about
and then he made it, and he made it, he seen these niggas was doing mad stupid shit for stupid money, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So he separated himself, because even if he fed him, they was gonna backstab him. Even if Chief gave him $100,000 a piece, even if he did what King Von did, even if he did what Little Durk did, look at, they dead. King Von's dead. Little Durk is fucking in jail for life. That was going to be his circumstances. That would have been his outcome. He separated himself from that situation. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that was a smart move.
Smartest move. The smartest
that was a smart move. I mean, but in a lifestyle but how smart is it to go under another gang where the same shit happens at?
I look at
Chief. Just listen to that. The smart move would have been just not gang banging or representing no gang period no more. That would have been the smart move. Just moving on and doing something else with your life and getting away far, removing yourself from that identity. So that's where I say I don't jack it, because listen, when it happened over there in that gang, what you gonna do then? You gonna run to the next one?
I understand what you're saying.
From a perspective of real. I told you, when you deal with me, you deal with real, raw, and authentic.
I understand what you're saying, but look at you. Someone else that's living or abiding by their own lifestyle, we cannot give our laws or what we think we can't put it on to them, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? I understand your opinion as what you're saying, but look at Chief Keef, he's real, for being himself. Little Durk, is in jail for trying to be someone else.
No, Little Durk is in jail because he was loyal to a fault, not for trying to be somebody else. He's in jail because
How smart is Lil Durk loyalty to what happened to him? He's loyal to who that they betrayed him. They betraying him right now.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. He never was trying to be. See, first you got to understand gang culture, and you got to understand how he was raised. Then you got to understand what his duty and responsibility is as being a part of that gang and culture. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending no ignorant activity, but what I can identify with is being involved in a gang young and having the love and the loyalty to the fault or to a fault. I can identify with that because that was my life. And I went to prison and I did time. I caught bids after bids. I've been betrayed. I've been deceived. I've been all of that. But your loyalty and your love for what you represent keeps you there. And you finding a way and you feeling like, yo, okay, I can make a difference. I'm going to help all these people. I'm that guy. He really believed he was the chosen God.
Nah,
that
he
was
thought
it.
he thought he was the referee of the streets.
Let me ask you a question. Did Jesus get betrayed?
Did Jesus get betrayed?
Yeah.
I don't think Jesus got betrayed.
Did Jesus get betrayed?
I think Jesus was doing his thing and he has hate and he had hate. I don't know about betrayal. You can't be who betrayed him.
What you mean? Judas betrayed him. Judas betrayed him. Paul betrayed him.
All right,
a lot of people.
Look at this is what it is with Durk though. This is what it is with Durk. Durk Dundada just was in the streets. He thought he was the voice of the streets, bro. So I feel like
a king, man. He was a king, bro.
All right, so Durk thought that the street rules that didn't apply to him. That what he was looking for in the streets was going to eventually happen. That
he didn't think that.
This is mediocre.
He told you in his songs. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. He knew all of this was going to happen. Listen to his songs.
I heard it.
I don't even listen to Durk. I don't even. He's not my Chicago rapper. My Chicago rapper is G Herbo, Lil Bibby, G Herbo. I like them, but when I listen, I ain't listen to Lil Durk. It's a Voice of the Heroes because I fuck with Lil Baby, so that made me listen to him. Right. And then I went back and got a couple because I was in prison. I went back and got a couple of his albums and I started listening to him. And I said, oh shit, all right. And then I learned the history of him with his pops being a big folk and all of that. And him growing up in that culture and having to live up to that
understand
identity.
Everything you saying. All I'm saying is when you get the check, the data, you make your own choices. Chief Keef made his choice not to fuck with people who's gonna betray him, who's running into his house.
Chief was soft, bro. He was soft.
But look at that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I feel you. You could never change my opinion. Because you know what I'm saying? So your opinion, I'm a man, my opinion, mine. We agree to disagree here. We could agree. You could say he was soft.
No, we do that. We're doing that. I respect your opinion. I'm just saying he was soft.
Yeah, he's soft. So, but he made 60 million. Dirt is worth $40 million sitting in the can right now. Get one phone call a month. 23 and one. Is that what you talking about?
Listen. It's called The Casualty. He's a casualty. He made poor decisions.
To be a casualty. Bro, you think hold on. In life, it's not in life that you don't abide by hood rules, Dada. What you talking about?
Let me explain something, right? Let me explain something to you, right? What's the difference between Durk and his homie that's on the block that put on for the same set he claimed and had to go to prison for the RICO law?
Durk got $40 million. He could change everybody's life, Dada.
He still could change everybody's life.
He could go strictly legit.
He still could change everybody's life. He still could do that.
Look at in Rome, right? Do as the Romans do, Dada, right? So if you leave America, Dada, if you're in America, you abide by American rules, Dada. So when you in the hood, you abide by hood rules. When you go to the suburbs, you abide by suburban rules. Everybody's looking at you. Don't think that you're gonna get away, Dada, doing hood shit, Dada, in the suburbs, bro. It's not gonna click, bro. You better go strictly legit, Dada. Change your personality, Dada, or come above, Dada, and be like a Gucci man, or it's not gonna work. Gucci man knew that his shenanigans only gonna get him caught up. Durk was about to be he's a boss, Dada. You gotta change your fucking narrative, Dada. You can't be over here.
That's not what I'm saying. I agree with that. I agree with that 110%. I'm not saying that.
But I'm saying
that. I'm saying this. No, I'm saying this.
I'm giving my opinion on it. We're just
Oh
commenting
yeah,
on the thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about you personally.
yeah.
I'm just saying people that come from the hood, they automatically think that they look at the suburbs. There's way more suburban country than there is a hood. There's only
Yeah,
like a
but
million
because it
people in the
hold
hood.
up. Because it's suburbs don't mean it's not hood. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I grew up in the suburbs that was hood. I grew up in the
All right,
suburbs
cool.
where it was hood. It don't matter because
I
you got
understand what you're
houses
saying.
and cars. What you think? It ain't no violence going on there?
It's not about
They got
violence, bro. It's about mindset, bro. It's about mindset, what people look at you, bro. In the suburbs, bro, you abide by different law. You go to college, you're going to school, you're going to things
That's not
it's
true.
different laws.
That's not true. That's not true. That's the depiction of a YT suburb. That's the white suburbs.
Yeah.
That's
So
not what the black suburbs is like, bro.
I never went to a black suburb.
All right, well, come to Long Island. Come to Long Island. Listen, come to Long Island, New York, and I'm gonna take you to a whole bunch of them.
To all black people, all black communities.
Black and Hispanic.
Look at. I'm Florida though. I did go to. I was in an all black suburb, not in Baltimore. So in Baltimore they got them. I forgot.
Come to
So when I was over
Hempstead.
there,
Come
they
to
still good people.
Amityville.
They go
Come
to
to
church, bro.
Wanding. Yeah.
They go to church, every Sunday they go to church. They good people. Yeah,
Nah,
yo, they
that's
got
not
things.
that's not the BLK. That's not the black suburbs, bro. I don't know what suburbs that is.
Nigga,
California, listen, California is mostly suburbs.
I understand what you're
and
saying.
they killing the most.
There's hood. There's a hood, right? At the end of the day, the hood is the hood. The hood niggas abide by hood certain shit. And suburban shit's abide by different type of laws. No matter
Yeah, you
where
talk
you go.
about the white suburbs, bro. You talk about the white suburbs. The white suburbs, bro.
White suburbs. White
Yeah,
suburbs.
the white
Yeah, the
suburbs.
white suburbs. So let's say the white suburbs, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and not. How about this? In the civil living, in the civil living, where people is gonna go to school, they're gonna go to college and get a job and do they want to, you know what I'm saying? There's way more people out there that doing regular shit, than there is people doing hood shit, regardless of the fact. So it doesn't matter. I'm talking about you. Even if you're in a black suburb, wherever you at, there's more people doing good in your suburb than there is people doing bad in your suburb. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's not true.
Bro, yes, it
not
is.
in the black suburbs.
Yes,
not
it
in
is.
the ghettos of the black suburbs. It's not true. I grew up in a predominantly, listen, I grew up in a predominantly black community suburb area that was ghetto. Everybody was mostly on welfare, Section 8, and it was nothing but drug dealing. They named my town Crime Dance.
I understand what you're saying, but there's more civil people in the world. What I'm trying to say, if there's if the world was consist of 2 million people, right? There's only going to be 300 people or 200,000 people that's hood. That's it. The rest of the people's going to think logically, or they got a different way of thinking, or they
that's
fucking
true.
not
That's
thinking
true.
at all. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there's more people thinking that's thinking regularly or doing their own thing.
But listen, when you grow up in a culture that he grew up in, his father being a high-ranking member, meaning that he was heavily influential over him, his relatives, high-ranking members, you are going to adopt that mindset and culture and belief system, bro. And you may catch life behind it.
Yeah.
You
and
can say
and
it's
that's
stupid.
stupid. And you're stupid. You
listen
know why?
What I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
Hold on.
You can say that's stupid.
Loaf, hold on. My dad, right? My pops died. So when my pops died, I'm like, oh shit, he died when he was 30. I'm out the streets. If I was in the streets when I'm 30, what the fuck, time to get up out of there, really. So before you even turn 30, you make executive decision like, yo, your pops died, nigga, by his best friend, done bodied them, he was a fucking cartel dude, So this is what's going to get out the streets before you think. Durk seen what happened to his dad. Why are you following your dad's footsteps? You seen what happened to your dad. Now, guess what? You made it to what your dad's prizes was. Ain't nobody need their dad's prizes, Dandada. You see what happened to your dad. Why would you do that, Dandada? You got
listen to what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
When you first hold on. When you first got your $40 million, you should have just got up. You should have pulled the Chief Keef, Dandada, moved somewhere else, Dandada, and got out the game, Dandada, been rapping like, yo, I made it, Dandada. My father fucked up, but told my father he's gonna know me because I made it and I turned legit. So nobody could stop me now. You gotta think like that, or you won't make it.
I feel you. It don't go like that though. That's the logical, perfect decision.
It does go like that. I just told you that. I just told you that people do it. I did it.
I said that's the logical.
Nobody citizen, straight legit. The civil. I won't do nothing that's illegal. I don't have to.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's not logical for a person that's all in and a rising star under a nation, bro. It don't work like that, bro.
Yeah, I know, because they want different clout.
It don't work like that. That work for people that's halfway in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or really,
all the way
or really just listen, or really just there. Listen, really just there because of circumstance, or it really wasn't in them. That shit not easy to just get out, bro. It ain't.
It's not.
I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You got millionaires that's Bloods and Crips in LA, man. And they
made it by being a Crip, and they made it by crime, nigga. It's different, Dandada. He didn't make his million by crime, made his million by rapping, Dandada. You gotta be yo, wildin', bro.
He made his millions by rapping, but his mentality was still in the streets.
All right,
Listen, he never got to change his mentality. He got to be. He was stuck in the hood.
That's like a street nigga, yo. That's like a street nigga, right, Dandada?
You acting like when he got millions, he got an education.
No, look at that's what these people do. This is what you're trying to tell me, Dandada. These street niggas could go to work. You saying that a person could go to work, Dandada, live in the hood, Dandada, right? And then while he's working, Dandada, he start buying drugs, Dandada.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Gun. Like, nigga,
let me ask you a question.
Before you started working, don't buy that shit because it's not needed while you working, Dandada. You're a goofy, Dandada. So
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What separates Lil Durk and Lil Wayne? And their careers are starting off. What separates them two?
Nothing.
Yeah, it do.
Nah.
Of course it do.
What? Lil Wayne got shot himself in the chest, Dandada. What are you talking about? Lil Wayne went through some trauma too, Dandada. So Lil Wayne,
this what separates. Listen to what I'm saying. This what separates the two.
Who's Lil Durk?
Mentorship, positive mentor.
Birdman was around a bunch of killers.
Let me explain something. Birdman and Slim kept that man in the studio. He was in the studio for weeks. He wasn't around a whole bunch of gang members doing a bunch of. He wasn't doing. No, he wasn't.
He was around gang members, bro.
He was not outside with
back in the day. Back in the day, niggas just hanging around fucking gang members that are just doing.
Yo, bro, listen. Let me explain something to you, right? Let me explain something to you, right? Lil Wayne, that gang blood ain't came about with them until Mac 10 came around them. Them dudes wasn't no Bloods. They wasn't none of that.
Trying to act like Lil Durk is the one catching the bodies when he just fucked up, Dandada, putting out a fucking stupid ass hit. If Lil Durk would have did it himself, Dandada, he wouldn't even be in these circumstances, Dandada. So Lil Durk put out a stupid hit, Dandada. Lil Durk, you saying Lil Durk can't leave the streets? He's not even in the streets. Stop it. Stop the cap, bro. Lil Durk is really active.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, bro.
King Von.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Lil Durk's a musician. Lil Wayne's a musician. They both the same to me.
They're not the same.
They the same to me.
Yeah, they're not the same.
No footwork. Lil Durk's a rapper. Like,
they're not the same.
To me, there is.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not.
All right, but they are, bro. To me,
Lil Wayne wasn't born of blood. Lil Durk was born of folk. It's a difference.
A BD?
It's a difference.
It's a shame Von Duck, all these lions killed all these niggas. Keith, Ruga, too. Nah, it's a fact, Dada. Dada, we could agree to disagree. You could have your opinion, bro. That's the point of dialogue, Dada. So at the end of the day, Dada, you feel like Durk was. I just feel like they the same, bro.
No,
they still don't got 40 bodies.
I mean, I mean, listen, I'm just trying to show you the mindset that makes it different. Lil Wayne adopted the blood culture as a mascot.
And
Lil Durk
I understand what
was
you I understand what you're saying. I'm
Lil
trying to tell
Durk
you
was
that tomorrow you could. I'm trying to tell you that tomorrow, you could change. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. Tomorrow, you could drop it all, and change.
what does it takes to change, bro?
Stopping. That's it. Yo, I quit.
No, what does it take
That's all
to
it takes.
change?
What are
I
you
ask you
talking
a
about?
question. What does it take
That's what I
to
said.
change? Right?
A mindset.
Change comes when the pain become greater than the consequence, bro. Change comes when you lost so much, your pain is greater than the consequence, than the death, than prison. When the pain overgrow you, he was still young mentally. He
He
didn't
lost his
experience
brother.
enough pain. He
Nigga,
had money.
He lost everybody. He lost King Von. He lost his brother. He lost everybody. Chief Keef ain't fucking with him. This nigga done lost everybody on the side of him. Right? And he still
It's
didn't change.
speculation behind King Von's death. It's speculation behind King Von's death, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, he lost King Von." Yo, listen. When money is your motive, nobody matters. Money
All right,
was Lil Durk's motive.
He lost his brother. He lost Chino. He lost his cousin Newski. He lost his manager.
And listen, and when you're in a gang, you're trained to mentally think that's supposed to happen. Now it's time to kill for them. Now it's time to bang for them. That's what you're brainwashed to believe.
All right, boom. So this is what I'm
don't
gonna say,
bring pain.
But if he was real, delusion sets in, because he didn't body the niggas who bodied none of them niggas. You gotta understand.
I agree with you. I didn't say he was the best type of gangster. I never said that.
No, I'm saying, but look at his cousin Newski died, right? Newski died, Chino died, all these people died. Melly did that. Somebody else did that. Someone else bodied them niggas. When his managers died, someone else bodied that. Then King Von dies, and they bodied Little Pab. They didn't even get Little Tim. Little Tim's not even a rapper. What are you trying to get Quando around? Little Tim's not even a rapper. You could have been finding Little Tim in the hood somewhere, but you're looking for Quando. That shit makes no sense.
Listen. What I'm trying to tell you is more to that story, right? Everybody knows more to that story with King Von, but that's speculation. But look, my thing is this: you're right. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm telling you, he cared more about money. You didn't hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
He cared more about money. It was a time where his whole thing was about getting to that bag and trying to be that guy. That's it. Everybody else is a casualty in his eyes.
Yeah, so that means that he lost. That means that he's gonna sit there and catch a body because the fucking chat is telling him to. Like he's so eager
listen,
that he's like,
no, you know what that means?
He gets in his feelings and go actually slide for Vaughn because the chat is telling him to. I'm like, yo,
that
chat,
mean that
you slide for him. You slide for Vaughn. You love him that much, go slide for him. Cause he got cousins.
That mean that Lil Durk get the donkey of the day. He's a doodle bird. You heard? I'm saying all of this to say he was a doodle bird.
All right, bet. How do we feel about Durk? All right, let's get to the situation. How do we feel about Durk? Setting up the whole situation, and now they telling on him. I mean, not setting up the whole situation. He told Didi and Vonnie to set up the situation. Now they got caught, and people saying that they telling on him. How do you feel? Do you think that's regular? Like they gonna say he did it, but they the ones they the shooters.
Like he been talking and mad at his songs. All the stuff that happened to him, he was talking about in rhymes. So I'm like, you was just saying that shit for fun?
Now that's weird. You're not lying.
He do. Everything go listen to his old songs before he went to jail.
You're not lying.
He talk about being set up, dudes. I guess he was just
on his door.
Yeah.
Killing Quando, doing this, doing that. Now he did the FBG. But you know what's crazy, this is what I feel. I feel like he got away with so much he thought he was gonna get away with this, because this was like because them niggas was fucking doing the FBG Duck situation. When FBG Duck passed away, they was throwing each other.
They got comfortable with being stupid.
Yeah.
That's why I hate. I really despise drill rap, and I'm a rapper. I do music, but I despise that right there. They was like they was the dummies. They get the donkey of all of them.
Them niggas got come to it being dumb, and I feel like they was just doing what others did to them. So when
They
they
broke the
cousins died,
code.
right?
They broke the code of the streets. They broke the code of the streets in they raps. They exposed too much street behavior, street antiques. They put police alert to a lot of stuff through their videos. And they just was like idiots. That's the way I feel. I feel like, that whole drill Chicago movement should be banned. It's
I feel like them
negative.
niggas was gonna be like who could get more disrespectful, right? So when FBG, when niggas was died from the other side, them niggas will mark they dead. But look, they don't got nothing to do with they dead. And guess what? They people didn't kill for money. They just actually caught the body and came back and said that they probably caught the body or something, and now they mark them. People they didn't do it
Like,
for no
look
money.
what they was
So Dirk over here,
glorifying. Look at the stuff they glorified. Look at the stuff they glorified and made popular. What's the little kid name that killed the cab driver and all of that?
Quando Rondo.
Not
Rondo number 9.
Rondo number 9. Rondo
C-Day.
number 9.
Yeah, C-Day 22.
D-Day, no, whoever it is.
C-Day 22 and Quando.
Yeah.
I mean Rondo Quando. Rondo number 9.
They got praised for some dumb shit. Dudes was talking about them like, oh, they a killer, man. He killed the cab driver.
Nah, they was rapping like they was killers before that. That's why they thought that they like, oh yeah, they're actual killers. But they was like, yo, these niggas is mediocre. Look at what
No, they just stupid,
innocent person,
misguided, ignorant youth. That's what they were.
Look at the dude that Lil Durk is going to jail for right now, though, or not going to, that's in jail right now for the data is Little Pop, and he's an innocent person because they said they was trying to hit Quando. They was even trying to hit him.
I ain't gonna lie, we wasn't that stupid when we were younger.
So imagine Lil Durk going. Imagine Lil Durk's in jail for nothing if he's in jail for killing an innocent person. I mean, for a hit on an innocent person that wasn't even an intended target and they missed and killed an innocent person. Imagine that. That's crazy, nah?
Oh no, man. Free Durk though, man. I hope he get around this, man, because he probably needed that time just to sit down and think. And learn the value system. That's what happens when you don't learn values and morals, and when you don't go through nothing. Like when you in the gang life and you don't go through nothing, and that first hit be a hard one. Yeah. Like, cause he does little county time. That ain't shit. Anybody could do some county time. I got civilians that do county
back in
time.
the day, you wasn't that stupid, that y'all people wasn't that stupid or something like that. You feel like this is the situation is a stupid move for him, that this is the most stupidest move?
I think a lot of I'm talking about that. It's a lot of things them dudes
specifically about this, about the Durk and the situation, him bringing people across fucking state lines, him paying $1 million bounty, he paid them handsomely, tipped them off, how do you feel about that situation, him getting caught for them pointing fingers, because you got to understand, they got caught, and then 2 days after, Lil Durk caught the warrant, so obviously someone is telling.
He was loyal to a fault, bro. He put his life on the line because he felt safe doing it himself. You understand what I'm saying? In a situation like that, dealing with a body, bro, honestly, any G gonna tell you feel safe doing it by yourself. So like, let's just say, perhaps maybe he paid that money for that situation to happen, right?
Pay King Von's cousins to ride. Like, nigga, that's your cousin. You ride for free, bro.
No, nothing is for free nowadays.
Nigga, that's your cousin. You go for that's your cousin. That's my dog. What you talking about?
Nothing is for free nowadays, bro. Not something like that either. because you got to understand that it's deeper stuff. It's more underlying things. We keep saying, we looking at the surface material that's being demonstrated, the good friendship, the happiness with like brothers. That's that, yo, bro. When money get involved, when fame get involved, and females, shit start to change, B. Shit start to get real spooky.
That's offending.
The
That's
hate, the
offending. Ain't gonna lie,
jealousy.
Dandada. All this for music beef, Dandada. For
I can
female.
imagine
All
what I would
real
go through.
female.
You see what I go through, and I'm just 1,000 there. I can imagine what I went through if I was a millionaire. The things I go through out here,
Yeah.
the jealousy, the hate, yeah, man. Nasty work.
This all happened over a female Dandada, of NBA YoungBoy's female Dandada, and then sparked all this shit Dandada. Now he's locked up Dandada.
Look,
He
NBA
had a
YoungBoy
badass.
is
He
the
didn't
young
have to
king,
pull out of
man.
it.
NBA YoungBoy, the young king, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's the young king
He didn't
right
start
there.
nothing though. We can't blame it. Like he didn't start nothing. It wasn't him.
No, I
They
know,
did
but I
the real
said
shit.
NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy, the young king, I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. NBA YoungBoy didn't start nothing. They took themselves out of their position. They started the situation. They started trouble and tricked themselves out of the situation. And guess what? The other people just
See,
living
that's what
happily.
I was going. That's what I want. That's what I was going to talk about. That right there, man. Because King Vaughn is. I have a lot to say about that dude, man. And
What you
he
got to
died,
say?
so it's like kind of bad because he's dead. But I wish I could have said it when he was alive, because I always felt the way, like like you always gonna be somebody where you from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you from? You know people, you grew up with people, and even if you didn't, you heard of their reputation and stuff. People are more prone to be timid or have some fear or be alert when they don't know a person. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because it's the fear of the unknown. You don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
that person
uncomfortable.
brings to the table,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I
Or
say
just be
that to
unsure.
say, everybody praised him like he was some super killer gangster, right? But in a time where he was supposed to show that, he actually showed how inexperienced he was.
I feel
Understand what
like
I'm saying?
the shit got the best of him. He thought that rap shit was sweet, and he banged him because he knew him. They
Listen,
actually knew each other. They was together, They was hanging together and all that, and
no,
just because the shit was sweet.
no. So that means that you avoided the first rule, the first law is self-preservation. So he unsecured himself
Yep.
in the next man's neighborhood and crashed out on some physical fighting, but you a killer, mind you.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you got to think of the mindset that I'm dealing with here. You are inexperienced. You was
Yeah.
not really like that. You caught some hats that wasn't nobody. And even if it's like, being honest with you, even if you did catch some hats that was like that, it didn't mean that you was prepared and really, really real enough to go outside and play. Cause that was a pawn move from a
I
king. That
feel
was a pawn move.
it's crazy that he's more alert in his own city than he is there because he ain't have no beef there. That's what it is. So he felt like, yo, I ain't got no beef here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
My beef
but but
out
but
there.
then but then but now you
Let's not down.
underestimating where now you underestimating the opposition. So that's another error.
Yeah.
Like, you think dudes is in their neighborhood gonna get embarrassed? Let's come on. Let's be real. Who
Yeah.
you think in their neighborhood is trying to get embarrassed?
Facts.
Come on,
No
bro.
one.
And Lil Tim did what he was supposed to do. And be a young boy thinking about bread. So he like, man, this is something I could get some money
So,
off of.
so you mean to tell me that you mean to tell me that Dirk did what he was supposed to do?
Durk?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't speak on that right there, man. I think a lot of them dudes is fools, you heard? To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are fools, and I think they was trying to be too tough and trying to be too gangster and trying to do too much to be recognized as killers when they ain't know that real killers move in silence, and it's not something that they want to do.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody runs around wanting to kill somebody. I think anybody that killed somebody had to do it, or it was
That's a
like an
fact.
occupation, like a job. These dudes just want to freelance kill, just to say they caught a hat. That shit is weird. Just to talk about it in a rhyme. That's ignorance, bro.
Yeah, facts.
So I'm not in support of none of that shit. That whole trail wave is a dub. What my man said on that movie, gang bang these books, nigga. That's a message to the youth. Don't be like these dudes. Gang bang the books, you heard?
That's a finna, that. So,
Yo,
all right, let's play a little bit of this. Let's play a little bit of this.
I see why niggas tell. The fuck are you gonna sit in? Yo, imagine Gunna sitting in jail for this fake ass industry right here. Niggas forget you as long as you can't help them make a hit song. Here's the thing about even the Gunna thing. You think niggas would give a fuck about Gunna if he wasn't popping right now? Pretty much one of the most popping artists in Atlanta? Fuck no.
I bet. Do you think Durk got a chance of being this shit? Because everybody's saying that Durk is still going to be free, he will come out, or whatever the case may be. Durk absolutely got a chance of being this, and the feds, they saying because
I think his connections, if it's beyond.
They say because the Govan Hernandez situation, the Young Dolph situation that he got off. I'm like, yo, that nigga did some state shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Go ahead. You good. That's a finna and no axe. Facts, Dada. That's a finna indie.
They only see the good in you when you pop it. If you locked up with them, fuck them. It is what it is. That's not the only thing. They've pushed back the trial, supposedly, or there was an order. Let's go to Durk all day. There's a motion to push back the trial. Here we go, check. Is it Durk and his lawyers? Okay. So apparently Durk was in general population and he was put in in the SHU. The SHU is a special housing unit since August. And, he's been there without proper process. Okay. You can read a little bit of this. He's been confined to a segregated housing unit. Okay. At the MDC. He's in a very small jail cell, large enough for a single bed, a toilet, and a sink. For 23 hours a day, he doesn't have access to commissary. He's permitted to one phone call a month and no in-person social visits. The original cause of the SHU placement was an allegation that he was in possession of a Apple Watch. Since the 29th, he's not received the process that is prescribed by law, where an inmate is accused of an infraction, will ordinarily review the incident within 5 working days after its issue, and they'll make a decision regarding an improper disposition and a sanction. His defense team has received conflicting explanations.
This is one of the biggest ideas we've ever had to pull off.
Damn, Durk might, I don't know, man. Durk might be done, man. So much new evidence coming out. Like,
an attorney for MDC told us, well, Mr. Banks' high profile and celebrity status is not the cause of his SHU detention. Then on December 22nd, the warden represented to us that his presence in general population poses a threat to security.
Yo, GG's the Dada, Hyenas Scoop, Davis, learn from Scoop, Steve the Dada. We in here, the Dada just breaking down the Durk situation, the Dada, new update, the Dada, new evidence, the Dada, new situation, the Dada, how we feel, the Dada, what's, you know what I'm saying, overall, the Dada outlook, insight, the Dada, dissected the whole situation.
And the orderly running of the institution due to the high-profile nature of his pending criminal case and possible violations of BOP disciplinary program. This is despite his 11-month presence in general population prior to August 29th, without incident whatsoever caused by celebrity status or the high-profile nature of his case. Additionally, MDC's attorney and the warden have told us that the official segregation review has been conducting a monthly segregation review. Oh, there's an official there. Okay. Segregation review official has been conducting a monthly segregation review where Mr. Banks has been present based on the information. But I've gathered through weekly visits with Mr. Banks over the past 4 or 5 months. I believe this to be false. Based on my observation from monitoring of the situation, the first time Mr. Banks has been offered the opportunity to be present at a segregation review was just last week, after I sent the warden and MDC attorney a discovery regarding or request regarding these alleged monthly meetings. In response to our inquiries, the government has provided us with a internally inconsistent explanation for his extended shoe detention. On the one hand, the government tells us that Mr. Banks' continued placements in the shoe is not based on the FBI investigation regarding the Apple Watch. On the other hand, the government tells us that the BOP is waiting to institute disciplinary proceedings regarding or related to the Apple Watches based on our charging decision. All right. Don't want to read everything here. But it says, Mr. Banks' defense team has a growing concern that his prolonged solitary confinement may implicate the 8th Amendment prohibition on cruel and unusual punishment. I believe a brief status hearing is necessary to ensure that Mr. Banks does not continue to languish in a shoe without process he has been owed for the last 131 days. The government is informing that it takes no position on this request for a status hearing, and they made a declaration. We're going to see what happens with that. Interesting. Now, I don't think that even if they have a hearing, whether it's tomorrow or whenever, I think what's going to happen is that the judge is going to call for the Department of the Bureau of Prisons to kind of give their answers to the things that could help them make the determination. That's going to probably take weeks, not just one hearing. However, there is more information happening. So there is an idea. One second.
That someone's talking, that it gets crazy, that it's spooky, GG. Shit gets a little spooky, GG.
Inclusive constitutes a reasonable period of delay for the defendant who is joined for trial with the co-defendants as to whom the time for trial has not run and no motion for severance has been granted. So they're saying that they're hoping the trial gets pushed, and it appears that it will, if you ask me. Here we go. Continuous. Here we go.
Show your daughter how much you love her with this beautiful.
Is Durk gone for life, Dada? Is this the end of Durk's whole situation? Damn, man, this shit hits different, bro. Durk looks like a whole new person, Dada. Man.
So they're saying it's not gonna violate the Speedy Trial Act And they're saying even though Durk does not agree, they feel like May is the right time. So I think it's gonna get pushed to May, if you ask me. Okay. Now, today, Durk puts this up on a story, and I want to go to a story. And show you the message in full. He says, crazy how you got to wait until it's dark out to see who's really with you. Wow.
That's when you go to, bro. You think people actually like look at Ack, and he's done shed a tear, done that. You think people actually they just do have relationship with people? A lot of people's living their own life, done that. So it's crazy. Like the world's not gonna stop for you, GG. So the world ain't gonna stop, bro. People still gotta live, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Eat shit, done that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, done that. What's the move? We are here, done that. Talk about Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? His own little situation, GG.
Now
they did Durk.
I'll be honest.
Crazy. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'm not perfect and I deserve it.
Durk was cool with all the cool people in.
I'm not perfect, but I deserve it. Don't take it personal.
The industry. I'm surprised they're not like super vocal about it. And the easy answer is, oh, they're trying to get cool with young, but I don't even think that's what it is. I'm starting to think that these niggas ain't never fuck with Durk like that at all. Remember this man? Oh, man, this nigga's like, it's time for Brock.
I know he's feeling sort of way that shit get crazy. Damn, Durk, man. I think Durk thought that people was going through their time with him. I mean, it get crazy when you go outside your clique, because you had THJ Basil, you had Dave Dolly Low, you had all these people, you got everybody around you, but you go outside them, right? And you go over there, you don't even get the Vernie dude, the paralyzed, like you go outside of them, you get some other people, and you get these people, these weird people around and your whole program just falls down just from hanging with some outsiders that your people's brought around. Sometimes you gotta watch the people that your peoples bring around. Sometimes you just can't let people bring people around because they're not too smart. They just bringing random people. They don't even know why they're bringing people around you. They don't even know why they're introducing this person to you. They just want to introduce them to you.
Glee and Rice. Late, man. Did any rapper even post? Free this nigga? Wait, there had to be somebody that posted this shit. There gotta be. They said Drake posted something. Oh, Rollo posted something. Yeah, I think he posted on Twitter. See, he knows probably a little bit more what Durk is going through because he was locked up in the feds. So he said, man, free Lil Durk, man. Free Lil Durk. Some people say Drake posted. Did Drake post something? I don't see a story. Who posts? J. Cole? You know damn well J. Cole ain't post a motherfucking thing. Ja Rule.
J. Cole ain't, that's crazy. Like, J. Cole ain't put free Durk. J. Cole nervous. J. Cole's like out of the situation. J. Cole's like, I don't want to be part of this. J. Cole don't know to pick the side. Everybody picked the side. They picked Durk's side. Now Durk's in this little situation, and people ain't even saying free him because they can't. Industry shit. No one's saying free Durk.
India DJ bands. His team has been kind of like suggesting in a very low key way, like these niggas forgot about Smirk, man. They really forgot about
it is prohibited to mention Durk's name. people's like, yo, Schmirk, this, that, they don't even want to mention his name, It is prohibited to mention Durk's name now, So we're gonna have to write that, for our next title, It is prohibited to mention Lil Durk's name in 2026, This is a slime year, Like, it is crazy, bro. Like, I know them people, like, but you know what, if you was doing it to others, what you thought you was gonna be on top forever? You thought that's why you gotta watch it, You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have some friendships out there, Shit get crazy.
Smirk.
A man who works hard sweats hard.
Old Spice swagger. You can't get mad at Young Boys for this though, because the Young Boy didn't start this situation. He didn't start this. He's just doing him.
Yeah, everybody kind of switched up on him.
It always happens like this, so don't act like Lil Durk that is exceptional to things that.
And by the way,
in
here's the thing:
life.
maybe it's not everyone switched up on Durk. Maybe niggas is just
Lil Durk is not like everybody goes through this. You heard Lil Durk is not exceptional to be going to jail. And like the world ain't going to stop. You heard they gonna tell you that early. You should already been knew that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be getting yourself caught up in goofy activities. People always want to be so tough. They want to be so gangster. They want to be this. Separate yourself. You gotta separate yourself from the dumb activities. You gotta grow up. How do you transition? By stop doing foolishness shit. Real shit. You just gotta stop right there. You winning. You could live. You could support. You could manage. Why would you even get it that way? You hurt. Especially if you got it legitimate, like keep doing your legitimate shit, you will be winning. Like, do not go back to stupid activities. That is the most dumbest thing ever, bro. Don't try to be a tough guy. Don't try to fit in. Don't try to do dumb shit. Just live your life, bro. Life's about living, bro. Life's about trying to act tough, going by objects that's going to get you in trouble. It's like, what the hell? You just spend money to put yourself incarcerated. Like, that don't make no sense. You brought your freedom out. Like, it was you that brought your freedom out. So if you didn't have the money, you'd still be out, because you would never been able to buy the certain things that got you locked up, So money sometimes is going to take away certain people's life, Like, you know what I'm saying? He brought a jail cell, that jail cell, he paid for. I want $1 million for that jail cell, Damn, you paid $1 million to go to jail on a murder for hire charge. That shit hit different, bro. That shit hit different.
Saying, yo, bro, we just don't give a fuck. Like, it's not like we switched up. We fuck with you, but holla at us when you get free, right? It's kind of sad.
I mean, that's everybody, bro.
There are people going to his court hearings.
This is what happened with Kate Flock. This is what happened with everybody that's locked up. Chef G, you got Bobby Schmurda, when you get knocked up, people forget about you, bro.
It's random to provide the court with additional information related to the motions the court will hear on January.
Yo, Bobby, now you ain't gotta feel sorry, you ain't gotta feel bad, Bobby Schmurda, because you thought, that they did you wrong. You thought that people left you. You thought they forgot about you. Look at they forget. Lil Durk was the hottest rapper just like 2 years or whatever, last year or whatever the case, or 3 years ago, or whatever the case may be. And look at him now, they forgot about him already too, Bobby, you're not the only one, bro. They do this to everybody, bro. They do this to everybody.
7th, so it sounds like there's a hearing on January 7th in 5 days. As set forth in government's opposition, the related motions are based on early preliminary disclosure of certain evidence the government intended to introduce at trial. The revised notice makes clear that the evidence described in Section 1, quote-unquote, evidence related to OTF and Durk Bank's rivalry with TB, quote-unquote, evidence establishing the relationship between co-conspirators and defendants' admissions related to the scheme, is direct evidence of and inextricably intertwined with the charge in the second superseding indictment. So they're pointing out this evidence is important because it goes directly to what the accusation is, what the charges are. And now the government starts to shit on Durk's lawyers here. Defense counsel's arguments during the November 18th hearing crystallized the necessity of the disputed evidence. During oral argument on November 18th, counsel for defendant Banks underscored why government's proposed evidence is necessary to prove its case and rebut defendant's core arguments at trial, including that OTF is not a criminal enterprise, that the government's case is built on untrustworthy.
Now, remember we were talking about Otiavani? Otiavani, who's Kavan Grand.
You know Otiavani probably saying something like, because you know them people done probably done ran to fucking, them people done probably ran to fucking, them people probably ran to, what you call it? Them people probably ran to, them people probably ran to the feds ran to Otiavani, after Otiavani's father, just put out all these crazy accusations so the boys could go ask him mad questions, and they probably asked him mad questions about everything he said. He said mad stuff about Otiavani, telling on Durk about King Von and King Von this and King Von that. There's so much stuff, so much craziness. I don't know what he's doing. I think he was just like he was sent to send or to say all that shit to confuse everything.
I've gotten some info on him. So let's go to BOP, which is Bureau of Prisons. You go to inmates and find the inmate. If you go to Kavan Grand.
Hold on. My boy right here, let's see what this dude got to say. Cause this dude, he be having the straight documents. It's like he gets his things from the feds. He goes right to the feds and talk to them himself. Some new evidence done popped up. Nobody know. They're like, yo, why would you listen to this dude? What you mean? You know this dude he gets his shit. This nigga be in the fed. This nigga be in the. He know the feds who locked up Lil Durk probably. What the hell?
Down, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button so this video can get around. If you got Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Twitch, Facebook Market, AJ, hook it up. Hey, y'all, I'm going live in a little bit, man. So make sure y'all, such as the feds want to use the lyrics and they asking for a motion to deny Drew Finley and their motion to dismiss it because they saying that the lyrics are at the heart of, this trial. I don't know about all that, man. And I really don't care about the lyrics because it's really not about the lyrics, man. It's about the guys who Lil Durk had around them, jumping around like monkeys in the videos, waving guns, taking on tours, getting them hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm talking about? I seen Lil Durk help his people and feed them. He fed them, you know what I'm talking about, like feeding them. So it's the government is saying that, due to Drew repeated assaults on the credible of the government principal witness who testified about the.
Did I already say that? Like Then I already said that. I already said that. I said, yo, Dirk, though. I said Dirk be feeding he fed his people so that I don't even know why they even did some dirty shit towards him. That. And he's going to say, he actually said the same shit that I said. Well, I bet that thing. We don't have to. And you be in the courtroom, bro.
It says he's not in BOP custody. So, again, this is all a theory here. You know what someone told me? So there's a guy who's locked up, and I won't mention what particular facility, but the person who hit me up, he's actually locked up. I guess he got a phone in jail. He said, hey, one of Durk's co-defendants just landed here. And he made mention that it was Vonnie. And I'm like, that's interesting. Now, I don't want to put any, thing that could be later, maybe not true out there, but from what I hear, it is very frequent when they're trying to protect someone who is possibly cooperating. They send them to different facilities that maybe the people they're cooperating against can't get to them. I don't know, but it says not in BOP custody. And I got simultaneously another person who's saying, oh yeah, that dude he's over here with us. And I looked at that jail, it doesn't show that person's there. It's kind of interesting and odd.
Cooperating witnesses. Indeed, defense counsel rebuked one central witness as a documented liar, a manipulator, and fraud at the highest order. The government disagrees, and while the defense are free to make these arguments to the jury, they cannot be permitted to do so in a vacuum. As outlined in the government's opposition, the defense cannot credibly dispute that TB and his entourage were stalked for hours across LA, and that SR was brazenly murdered by 3 of the stalkers. Remember, TB is Quando Rondo. The disputed facts and crux of the trial will be who ordered and participated in the calculated murder and why. The government's opposition explained that introducing evidence to establish the structure of OTF is necessary to show the relationship among the co-conspirators and defendant bank's leadership. So that's a very important sentence right there. Listen up. Obviously, the government wants to put evidence in this trial.
Remember, even if you take care of your peoples, they still going to stab you in your back. Shout out to Chief Keef. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to the world. You already know you gotta pull yourself away from what's going on. If you want to live, you heard. Make sure that you live in for yourself, GG.
Trial that shows the structure of OTF as, a gang. They're saying it's a gang that murdered people pretty much and put hits out on people, not just a record label. At some point, Durk's lawyers obviously tried to fight that, but, I'm sure the judge is going to let that in. Not just over OTF's legitimate music enterprise, but critically, his knowledge of and involvement in OTF's violence, consistent with the gang murder prosecutions across the country. The evidence to prove these facts will include the testimony of cooperating witnesses. So remember, there's some snitches afoot. People are cooperating. There's going to be witnesses testifying at trial, pointing fingers at people saying they did this. Yes, they did that. Straight up. It's up to the jury if they believe these people. That's what it comes down to. But the defense's job is going to go up there and to make them look like they're lying and they're pieces of shit and they are just doing it in their own self-interest, trying to get out of jail or something. The government's proposed evidence, including defendant banks' text messages with OTF co-conspirators, threatening rivals, and recruiting conspirators to carry out those threats. It's critical to the government's proving its case and to refute defense claims, including that OTF was merely and solely a benevolent music enterprise. It sounds like the YSL trial all over again. YSL was not a gang. It was a record label. Remember,
yeah, it sounds like the YSL trial, if the YSL trial was only about the death of Donovan Thomas, right? And this is the reason why I know people keep hearing feds. And
I don't even know why they keep saying YSL trial. YSL trial is a state trial. YSL, you probably could play with some state people like that or whatever the case may be. He's going against some way other people. And I ain't saying that he can't beat what he got going on, because if he's innocent, most likely he probably won't be in the situation he was in. So I don't understand what they got on but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm saying it's a little weird. DJ Academic should know more because he interviewed him on the day. So it's like you could put 2 and 2 together, like, oh shit, this shit happened, and then this was going on. Oh shit, So like, it's like, you could say free Durk or you want but if you're gonna say free Durk, just tell us how you think Durk's gonna get free, and then if it makes sense, with like, oh shit, yeah, Durk could be free, free Durk, you know what I'm saying? That is a fact.
You see that makes us a little bit more like, oh, they got some shit. But in the death of Donovan Nut Thomas, I feel like they had more in Young Thug, and Young Thug didn't get convicted. Well, then he wasn't even charged for that. But the other people charged with it wasn't convicted of his death. Remember they said Young Thug booked the car, like supposedly the car that the shooters were in that did the killing on Donovan Thomas. They said Young Thug had booked it. That never got him in trouble, and that never really went to a conviction. So I don't know. What did they have on Durk like that?
Take the next step in treating your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis.
I don't know what they got on Durk. They're not turning Durk what they got. Durk's lawyers is heated right now. It's like they going against a ghost right now. But they still, I'm saying, they don't know what they're gonna fight. They nervous. They don't know. You know what I'm saying, they can't really turn Durk none. But they telling Durk they got this. Do you actually think that they actually got this? That Drew Fidlin and Brian still gonna be able to handle this case right here? Case keep getting pushed though. It's probably gonna get pushed. Who knows?
Like snitches, but.
Voice. The government's proposed evidence also provides critical cooperation with multiple cooperating witnesses who are anticipated to testify that defendant banks ordered the violence in LA, use intermediaries, including defendant Wilson, to recruit others to carry out the scheme, and promise reward for carrying out the murder. Holy fuck. Multiple cooperating witnesses saying Durk did this. He hired his boys.
That's crazy. Multiple people, witnesses and other things saying that Durk is the ones that got this. Why is people? You see, that's what messing with. I think Durk guys could self-call up in LA politics. You know what I'm saying? That stop going around to these other states thinking they're gonna be like Chicago. They're gonna play fair with you. They're gonna do this. Someone probably gave an insight told someone to tell something happened that they gave it to them that they told you that this has happened. That's why they came about when all this big all this other shit's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? How did a Brick Baby know so much about all this shit? What is going on with all this shit? So a little weird to me. It's a little weird, bro.
Go kill Quando Rondo in LA, but they killed Quando's cousin or whatever on accident. Crazy shit. Preventing these cooperating witnesses from testifying about OTF's connection to criminality would.
He went to LA, thinking LA plays by LA rules. LA will record your ass, and try to fucking hold it, for leverage, to get themselves out of the situation, or to make you pay some money, or to try to extort you, and then went out with So you shouldn't be having so many people in your business, like you try to broadcast this, This was for like, if you wanted to, like, this, you shouldn't be broadcasting certain things, and you broadcast the wrong things. And then it's crazy. The people, everybody want to show Quando Rondo where he was like, no, but Quando Rondo let out emotion. But I know everybody who ever seen somebody that think they felt that same emotion just like that. That's a fact.
Deprive the jury of information necessary to resolve the disputed facts in this case. For the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys. Accordingly, the government's proposed evidence provides essential material context to show the co-conspirators' criminal relationship and corroborate the anticipated testimony. The conspirators acted at defendant banks and his trusted intermediaries' direction. From the onset of this case, the government has never alleged that OTF is purely a criminal enterprise. Rather, the government's position is that a subset of members, including defendants charged in this case, operated consistent with the street gang. What did I say? They're going to say it's a gang and shit. They're trying to put evidence of that, obviously. As the discovery shows that during the relevant time, OTF operated both as a legitimate music enterprise with a group of members, including defendant Banks, Wilson, and Houston, who operated consistent with the street gang, seeking revenge and perpetuating violence on behalf of OTF. Citing United States v. Smith, a drug conspiracy case from 2002, the district court admitted that the evidence the defendant participated in a drug operation and purchased several kilograms of drugs from a leader. Evidence of prior criminal acts may be relevant in conspiracy cases to show background and development of the conspiracy. Prior criminal endeavors with the leader would help the government provide the background development of the conspiracy. It would help explain why the leader trusted enough to include him in the risky scheme. Hold on, they're trying to show the jury prior criminal shit? Interesting. Contrary to counsel's claims, the evidence shows that defendant Banks and his close OTF associates, including the defense in this case, had rivalries, discussed violence against rivals, and took violent street action to settle scores with their rivals, including the LA murder defendants are alleged to have committed in this case. Defendants are free to argue that OTF was all about music, but the jury cannot be called on to resolve that issue in an alternate reality of limited and misleading facts. Jesus, bro. The court should deny related motions and permit the government to introduce disputed evidence at trial. Exhibit A, under seal. God dang it. Exhibit B, under seal. So they explained why they wanted these under seal, by the way. I'm going to read why those are under seal right here. United States of America requests this court seal the government's exhibits A, B, attached to the government's notice of lodging, blah, blah, blah. For the reasons described in the attack declaration, the above described documents discuss and contain identifying information of unindicted co-conspirators and or witnesses who participate in the government's investigation who may testify at trial, whose safety or whose family safety may be endangered by disclosure of identifying information. Sealing of the documents is therefore desirable because the government believes that public disclosure of such information may endanger the witnesses or their family's safety and could cause others to attempt to intimidate the witnesses or their family. So there you
Now, these witnesses, this is what I'm saying, like these witnesses seems to be the cooperants. Now,
confidence is not a mindset. It's an
abundantly clear who the cooperants are, but it's going to be like right before trial or like once the trial schedule has been like kind of announced.
you have it. That's why it's under seal. They're protecting witnesses and their families from being threatened. And of course, the defense is going to say, like every other defense lawyer always says, there's no evidence of witness intimidation in this case or witness tampering whatsoever. This is horse shit. Shouldn't be under seal. But on December 31st, 2 days ago, the government informed defense counsel that it would be seeking to file these documents under seal. As of date, the government has not received any objection from the defense counsel. Oh, surprising. It has only been 2 days. And one of them was New Year's. So next thing I have here is, remember there was threats to the judge and to attorneys in this case for the government. Defense team is clapping back at that situation again. The question that they refuse to answer, barely even acknowledge, leaves a dark gaping hole in their response that should deeply concern the court. The question is, why not just tell the defense? Why did they withhold this information for 7 months? Why did they secret away the fact that the assigned magistrate judge has been subjected to multiple threatening messages, even when they knew the same judge would be presiding over the subsequent hearings? Why not give the defense a heads up when the assigned lead prosecutor to the case also received a threatening phone call just days before they presented to the grand jury on the second superseding indictment? The lack of direct response to any of these questions is glaring. The government references this issue without providing justification, only from a defensive posture. Defense cite no rule, statute, or case showing a clear basis in fact and law that the prosecutors in this case committed any misconduct by deciding to disclose the threats on October 1st, 2025. The government disclosed the threats when they became relevant to the case, when the government relied on the threats in support of its motion for an anonymous jury. Jesus, Drew Findling is not happy about this. When the government becomes aware of the credible death threats directed at presiding judge or lead prosecutor in a pending criminal case, it has a duty as an officer of the court to disclose the information to defense before pretrial hearings, especially substantive ones dealing with the accused liberty, even where the magistrate judge personally received the threats. Undisclosed threats against a judicial officer create an objective appearance of impartiality concerning the defense are entitled to raise and litigate contemporarily, because due process protects not only against actual bias, but against procedures that undermine public confidence and judicial neutrality. Jesus, big ass words. Basically saying these motherfuckers have a duty to tell the defense. And they set a case too from 1987, old as shit. By withholding notice of threats while litigating detention and other pretrial matters, the government deprived defendants of opportunity to seek recusal and or other protective relief at the moment judicial discretion was exercised, a structural due process violation that cannot be cured after the fact. Jeez, that's some crazy shit right there. Them boys saying it's a due process violation can't be fixed, pretty much. To make matters worse, the suppression of relevant information and non-disclosure was not limited to a single prosecutor like Williams, but instead was institutional in scope. This conduct strikes at the heart of fairness of these proceedings and warrants dismissal. The government attempts to recast the defendant's position as one that asserts the government was, quote-unquote, required to provide the defense with immediate updates about investigation into threats or improper attempts to influence individuals connected to this case.
Honestly, I feel like the government ain't giving them nothing. They just giving them, we got them on lyrics. That's what they want them to think. Like, oh yeah, they gonna get you on lyrics like everybody else. Nah, they got more than lyrics on them. They ain't just looking for lyrics, bro. They got everything. You know what I'm saying? Not everything, but whatever they got, they got way more than just some fucking clips of some rap videos or whatever, some raps.
Reportedly claimed Lil Durk put $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo's head, and it would come with some paperwork stating the discovery also shows that defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants, defendant Wilson and co-conspirator 5, to recruit hitmen to fly to Southern California on August 18th, 2022 to kill Quando Rondo. Consistent with defendants Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators, Defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay a $1 million reward on behalf of defendant Banks in exchange for flying to LA to commit the murder. Something I can't see what it says because I got Jalise. It says she reposted it. The government has also disclosed a list of defendant Banks and OTF's music videos in which the defendant Wilson, Houston, and the rest is cut off, right? And we can jump into the comments section. Jalise is saying free Quando. Some other people are reacting. This person is saying they got this from a Vlad interview Lil Tim did.
Detective Alex Cross. Are you familiar with Lance Duran? This killer doesn't make mistakes.
What happens next is up to you.
Got real.
Now, before we get into that interview, this is the federal website Pacer where you can look up Fed cases, right? And this is the actual motion filed by the government in which this paperwork is in. Now, what they're talking about in this, in response to a claim, the defendant's reply brief that nowhere does this discovery set forth anything resembling a fixed. It's just like a lot of legal shit, a lot of quoting cases, etc., etc. And then this is where we get into the details. Here, the detailed SSI, together with the government's substantial and organized discovery, the government has alleged, and its discovery clearly supports the straightforward theory that defendant Banks told co-conspirators he would reward anyone who helped kill his rival, Quando Rondo. That defendant Banks and other OTF conspirators attempted to murder Quando in Los Angeles, and that even though the co-conspirators killed the other guy, not Quando, defendant Banks nonetheless rewarded co-conspirators by, among other things, featuring many of the direct participants in the murder in music videos and rap lyrics in the months following the murder. For example, the government anticipates that a cooperating witness will testify that defendant Banks made clear to the witness and other OTF members that anyone who killed Quando would be made straight, otherwise known as handsomely rewarded. The discovery also shows the defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants, and this is where it's going to break everything down, right? This is where we see the paperwork Remo posted. Consistent with defendant Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators.
I don't understand how the hell the Lil Durk gotta put himself in a position that he's listening to chat. You don't even know who's behind them keywords. People saying slide for Vaughn. What would make you and give you the audacity to listen to the chat? That is weird. That is sketchy. Like, I don't understand this. And then you really start thinking about it, and then you start fucking trying to plan it.
Defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay $1 million. Now, this is very important, right? Because how it's being projected is Durk was the one that offered the $1 million. And as everyone knows, Durk is the only one in this camp worth more than $1 million to be able to offer $1 million. But looking at this paperwork, the feds are alleging Banks was the one offering the hit, but the paperwork is stating defendant Wilson solicited the hitman by promising to pay $1 million on behalf of Durk. Now, Drew Finling, Durk's lawyer, Melly's lawyer, Young Boy's lawyer, I guarantee you is going to pick this apart, because it doesn't seem like they have anything saying Durk is the one who said this, Durk is the one who said that. It's a whole lot of these dudes were saying it on behalf of Durk. And now the feds are like, look, we got a guy that's willing to testify that Durk said he was going to do this. But other than that, it's almost all their word against his. And the whole reason they're willing to testify is because they're wrapped up in this case. They have no other way to get out because they can't afford a $1 million lawyer. So the only thing they can do is, well, Durk said this, Durk said that, Durk said this. But all the paperwork is saying other people said it. It's not saying Durk said it. They don't have video. They don't have text from Durk. They don't have none of that. It's all other people putting the pieces together. Now, this is interesting because this isn't talking about a $1 million bounty on Quando's head. This is talking about a $1 million bounty on Lil Tim's head after killing King Von.
Well, you were lucky to a certain degree because you're in Georgia, and Georgia has a stand your ground law.
Right.
If this had happened in LA or New York, you wouldn't have been able to, have that law work in your benefit. And unfortunately, the law works both ways. Because, Trayvon Martin, when George Zimmerman killed him, he used that same law to get off. Even
that was a crazy case, not gonna lie. I don't really agree with that.
though I thought that was bullshit, but whatever.
That's crazy that Black fucking use that fucking type of fucking acknowledgement of that. Like Trayvon Martin, that's crazy.
Is what it is. But in your case, it actually helped you because it was proven that you were protecting your friend and you were standing your ground, and ultimately they had to drop all the charges. How did Quando react when you finally told him?
I was super happy, but he probably was happier than me. He tried to come through the phone. He like, boy, we finna do this, we finna do that, we finna do this, we finna do that. He making plans for me. I ain't even made for my own self. He like, cuz we about to get this real money now, all this type of stuff. Like, he more happier than me.
Well, but at that time, you couldn't actually be around Quando?
No.
Because what, were you under some sort of guidelines?
Like,
You can't be around certain people?
Yeah. But I'm like.
What's crazy about that too is if y'all remember, Durk and Vaughn caught that attempted murder in Atlanta. And they weren't allowed to be around each other or communicate with each other because they were co-defendants in the case. So literally the moments leading up to the ending of Vaughn's life, he couldn't even be around Durk. And then the same person that kills him ends up under the same stipulation with Quando Rondo. They can't be around each other. But obviously Quando is excited for his friend because his friend essentially, I'm not going to say saved his life because it was a fight, but he defended his friend and then was charged with the murder and beat it. So of course Quando's going to be happy for him.
Like, in my head, I'm like, it's not like he charged with anything. It's not like he my co-defendant. Why I can't be around him? Ain't like he did nothing, but that was one of the restrictions not to be around though.
Whether you're a professional contractor.
That's different right there, Dada. How the hell did my boy Dada
now there was a
jump in a fight, bro? That's crazy. He jumped in a fight. That's crazy, Dada, and beat it.
Around this time that there was a $1 million bounty on your head.
Yeah.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It's like damn, at the moment somebody could really want to take that and really try to do something, but it's like at the end of the day, is you gonna be able to go back and get that money? Like, is you gonna make it back home? Cause it's like, it's not like I might just sit here and let no one come kill me. So it's like I'm gonna stand on my 10. I'm gonna stand my ground. So it's like you could try to do what you're trying to do, but is you gonna be able to go get your money? Like, is you gonna be able to make it back home? Is you ever gonna be able to see them $1 million? Like,
okay, so he's looking at it from the perspective of I'm not a bitch, you know. Y'all see, I just who I just killed. Are you gonna be able to just come take me out? And
he said, nigga, if you could, nah, he said, if he's saying that, if you gonna come correct about it, because you ain't gonna play around. Don't try to act like y'all gonna be trolling me or anything like that. If y'all standing on it, stand on it, but don't come over here playing. Because it ain't gonna be none of that, that's straight Fendi, and they no act, he said all the way on business, so I feel it, so shout out to everybody involved, shout out to Little Tim, shout out to Lil Durk, shout out to NBA Youngboy, shout out to Quando Rondo, shout out to everybody, you heard, blessings to everybody, hope everybody can have, you know what I'm saying, they could make it through anything they going through, hopefully Lil Durk make it out of his situation, hope NBA Jumbo still be killing the game, hopefully everybody's doing what they doing, likes what you make it, you can love it, you can hate it, good piece of it, make it, make sure you stand on it, you heard, God chose you because he knew he could trust you, God's best kept secret, you're in the elevator, who's elevated, God's elevator, you heard, peace and blessings, you heard, love to all.